Well, everyone, it's here. It's finally here. Ark Extinction, and I got right behind me one of the best dinos I've discovered so far. I mean, like, seriously, this thing does a little bit of everything. Hey guys, welcome back to Titanshield Gaming. Today I'm going to be checking out this beautiful dino right behind me. As you can see, it's a bird, it's a plane, but it's a little bit of Superman. To be honest with you, this thing can do a little bit of everything, and I'm excited to show you guys exactly what it can do. As you can see, it's a fluffy, big old owl slash Argent, and it's adorable. It's a pretty damn good looking creature. You can see right here, it has some glowing stuff on its feet, which I believe it is a corruption, and as you can see, the little glowing antennas on the top, it may not be the super stealth that you want it to be, because those glows are going to give you away in the dark. But don't worry, those hypnotizing eyes will make you forget it was ever there. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be checking out exactly what the abilities are. As you can see here, this is on a single player, so please take that into consideration. I spawned in a 150 tame if it were 150, and in what it would be at a perfect tame out. So the stats are a little off. I'm going to be trying to get this on the Conquest servers very soon. I just got to go on there, start leveling up with a bunch of people, and have a lot of fun doing that. But as you can see, it has a good option for stamina. It also has a lot of carrying weight, so this could definitely be a nice good scout, and it can also be a means of fighting. Honestly, if you can get that health up, you could probably kick some butt. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going ahead, getting our saddle on here, and we're going to go ahead and jump on and see what the abilities are. But before that, I do want to show you guys exactly what this saddle is going to require and what level you're going to have to be in. So if you go over to Extinction Engram, you scroll down, you can see that you're going to have to be at level 61 for this engram to be open. So there are going to be a few dinosaurs that you're going to want to have a hold of before this. But as you can see, it's nothing big. It's just simply chitin, it's some fiber and some hide. So that's freaking amazing. I love that. It basically is like an Argent saddle, but 61 is going to prevent you from getting that right away. I would highly recommend you go ahead and check out some of the other dinos that are available. There's, I believe, the Volanosaurus, you have the gas bugs and all that kind of stuff between that and this. So hopefully you guys will be able to hold the anticipation of getting a hold of this, but we're going to show you the abilities right now. Now, when I say this bird has a lot of abilities, I am not exaggerating one bit. Not only does it have the glide and the slam that a griffin has, boom, it has the effects of the actual frost wyvern, where it slows it down temporarily. So that could be really good for PvP, snagging people, making sure people don't get away from you, all kinds of stuff, even if you want to tame a creature. But when you're gliding around, it's relatively nice and smooth. Doesn't have any kind of jittering like the griffins did for a while there. I believe that was an error on the behalf of Wildcard. But look at this, the C option gives you infrared, so you can see where your enemies are at all times. You can see through foliage, you can see exactly where they are if you're above the trees. It's pretty crazy. This is like a scout bird almost, but you can actually make it an attack scout bird if you threw in a lot of health and some melee. So this is pretty damn impressive. I have to say, this is probably one of the coolest things I've seen in a while when it comes to flying creatures right now. But there's other features, believe it or not, and these features we're going to show you right now because it has to be one of the most OP parts of this bird. So I'm going to look for my next victim, and as you can see down here, there is a trike right there below me. We're going to swoop in, we're going to land, and then we're going to freeze him. We can actually freeze him, and you can see there's a healing effect on him. So this can definitely, I believe this can be used for teammates, for yourself, as well as freezing enemies. So you do heal them, but as you can see here, I'm completely protected when I'm frozen like this. So it wraps its wings around me and protects me temporarily. And as you can see, when it's attacking you, you can freeze it and get away. This is crazy. This is some really good PvP stuff. It's also good for people who are just out there and they kind of get stuck in the wrong situation where they are like, they just can't get out of it. So you can freeze yourself, freeze everything around you, get out of that freeze, take off while they're freezing debuffs. So that's a freaking pretty damn amazing bird. I hope you guys are excited about this as I am. I can think of all the PvP possibilities. So what I wanted to do now is I wanted to go ahead and check out the standard thing that I always kind of do with flyers is I want to check to see if I get dismounted as soon as I touch water. And as you can see here, I do. So I was like, okay, well, you can't do anything crazy like get into the water like a rock drake, but now let's see if you can freeze and go in the water. So I just froze and I'm on the water, but I'm not too sure if I'm deep enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back on and I'm going to try in a deeper set of water. Okay, I found it. I'm going to dive in and I get dismounted, but I froze right before I dived in. And as you can see, the bird is absolutely frozen in place. That is so weird. I don't know how that's going to be of any use, but you never know. It could be. That's pretty cool. So when it does actually run out of its stamina, comes out of it, I drop back into the water and I could fly away. But that was pretty crazy. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be able to use that for. But if it ever gets to a situation, maybe when you do actually lag and get into the water, you can freeze at the last moment and then jump back on it. That'd be pretty good. Instead of having to whistle it and try to swim it and get it to hit the water at the same time and press E. But now what we're going to do is we're going to dive into the other part of the spectrum that people are more interested in too when it comes to PvE, is we're going to see if there's any kind of color variation or mutations that you can get from these by spawning in a bunch of variation ones. And then we're also going to go ahead and look at the babies, what they look like, because they're freaking adorable. But as you can see here, all these abilities are pretty remarkable, makes this bird, in my opinion, probably one of the most OP creatures right now that I have run across in this expansion. Okay, so I've managed to spawn in a fertilized egg and I'm going to throw it on the ground, which you can see disappears. So I'm not too sure if this is just simply a single player issue, if it's just some kind of weird glitching through the ground, but I've tried it a few times and every time I threw it in my inventory, it instantly disappeared. So I am not quite sure what exactly that is all about. I'll have to test it on the live servers to be 100% when I do get one of these birds. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to spawn in a baby just to see what these cute little things look like when they're actually a baby. Okay, so I just spawned one in and I tamed it. And as you can see here, they're pretty damn adorable. Look at them. They look like little angry little birds. They're like, "Ah, why'd you wake me up? Give me my food now." Pretty much like babies do in real life, and human babies as well. These things are cute. You get the big old eyes, and then on top of that, their little antennas aren't fully grown out. The little stumpy legs and their little bums. So you can see here, this is just a universal kibble, so I'm not quite sure exactly what kibble it's going to be using in game. I'll have to test that out on the live servers as well. But it is a pretty adorable little thing. It'll be interesting to see exactly what kind of kibble and how hard it's going to be in order to get that kibble. Okay, so I've spawned in about 25 of these birds. That should be a little rough estimate on exactly what kind of variation these things can have. I'm stuck in them, so I'm going to go through them and I'm going to spread them out by J-whistling, have them follow me a little bit, and then hopefully we can find a few really good looking ones. It'll be really interesting to see. Let me cut all this green text off the screen. There we go. And they all generally look the same. They all have a very light coloration of white, brown, and looks like gray. So the colors on the horns and everything don't seem to change. They all seem to be a generic blend of the same colors. Oh, you got this darker one here. This one's not bad. It looks more of like a homing pigeon or a pigeon in general, the way it looks. That's pretty nice. So it can get darker. So it gives me hope that these things can be different colors. I'd really like to see what a really bright, like vibrant one's going to be. That'd be pretty cool. With the eyes, it'd pretty be trippy to see someone fly around with that. Well, you got a darker gray here, and it looks like brown on the chest. But you have the brown throughout the other sides of the creatures. As you can see here, that a lot of them have darker chests as well. So I'm not too sure if this is going to be narrowed down to specifically these colors or these variations in colors and shades. But I'd like to see them have different colors in general, like green, red, pink, everything like that. I'd like to see them really bright and vibrant. So guys, I know this was kind of a short video. I just wanted to give you a general idea of what this bird can do, the features of it, what it looks like as a baby, all the variations of colors that you could possibly get out of it, out of a 25 test subject. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for coming back to Titanshield Gaming and be posting more of these dino videos, tech videos, exploration videos, map locations, all that stuff. So if you're new, hit the sub button. Promise you, you're going to get some more content of Extinction as I work my way through it and understand it a little more. And on top of that, I want to thank you guys in general for coming back, checking out this channel. I'll see you guys later.